Hey Steve, great talking with you just a little bit ago. Here is the presentation that I said, excuse me, I would send over. First and foremost, I just give you a little breakdown of your website and then also of what we can possibly do together. So the first thing, there is a couple things that Google is looking for in order for the website to rank higher. The first thing is authoritative content. So it looks like you have some good content, good text on the page, but it also needs to be pretty long and pretty comprehensive. So 698 words, that's pretty good, but Google likes to see about 2,000. So the first thing that if we were working on your site, we would add more content about tree service in Rancho Santa Fe and in San Diego. And we would also have it in the headlines as well. So that would be called optimized content. And then the second thing is going to be links and a dense site. Let me go to the second thing in a second. So a dense site would be more than 15 pages for a city the size of San Diego. So right now you have 22 results when you search the entire southwesttrees.com, which is good, but each one of those pages needs to have good content on it as well. So the third thing that Google is looking for is going to be good links, and that's kind of a whole entire presentation in and of itself, like an hour-long presentation, but you want to make sure that you're getting good links, and that's the equation basically to Google organic search. Now the Google Maps section is something a little bit different, which I will kind of go into as well. So I first wanted to kind of go into what I was able to do for my tree service guy in Fresno. So when you search tree service in Fresno, this is the amount of searches that happen every single month. And this is the competition level, and this is how much you have to pay every time somebody just clicks the ad. So on the front page of Google, in the top 3, so this is the map pack, we have Joe ranked number 3, and it actually fluctuates between 1, 2, and 3. The key is to have 5-star rating basically and be visible, because if you're going to get 3 quotes, a lot of times you're going to go to the first 3 that you see. And that's statistically proven as well. And then other people are going to go straight to the organic section. Okay, so treeservicefresno.com, my guy Joe, we have him ranked number 1. And it's not just for that one keyword, it's also for tree removal Fresno. We have him number 1 on the map section, number 1 on the organic section, also for tree trimming, I believe it is, in the top 5. And a couple other search terms as well. I think I spelled that wrong, but that's okay. Cut it right. Okay. So that the reason that that's important is because that 95% of all web traffic comes to the first 5 in Google. Okay, and the number 1 just statistically gets 33% of all traffic. And so what that means in a business like this is that this translates directly into leads. And let me load that up for a second. So this is my tree service guy, and I could let you listen to some of these calls. Like I said, some of them are guys wanting to, or old ladies wanting you to trim their tree with a pair of scissors or something. But some of them are, and a majority of them are some serious 30, 40, 100-foot tree removals, and some pretty big jobs. So, where are we at here? Last 30 days, this is 7 calls plus 1 missed call. Almost 10 calls that day. Plus we have a bunch of email leads. So it's getting between, 125 to, let's see here. These are all the email leads in the past 30 days. As you can see here, free estimate, etc., etc. Even going back into December. So as you can see, it's very, very powerful getting that number 1 ranking on Google. And the reason that, if you've tried everything and it hasn't worked, again, for whatever reason, people aren't clicking on ads as much as they are visiting the organic section and the map section of Google. So, when you search for tree service in, let's say, Encinitas, yes, your ad comes up here. And actually, I am going to pay you $10.25 because I did click your ad to get your information. So I owe you that much. I'll give you $10.25 discount if we do business. How about that? Or a gift card. I just got one to Target. Anyways, let's see here. So again, people are going to the first three that they see a lot of times. And if you're not in this first three, you're a lot of times just going to be passed over. Tree service, so that's a smaller city. San Diego obviously is going to get 5 times that volume. It's 320 searches a month. Okay, so whoever's in this top 3 is going to get a lot of leads, right? Whoever's in this top 3 here, top 5, is going to get a lot of leads. And so I can get a site to that spot. We can work out an initial couple of months trial, basically, to the point where, I know how much it's going to take to get a site ranked. I guess let me back up a second. There's 2 different things we can do. I can run the SEO on your site, juice your site up, fix your site up, or we can build out a completely different site where we just partner up on the leads together. So that's actually going to be a little bit less expensive. So I know exactly how much it's going to take to get this site ranked, and I'm willing to basically take my profit margins down to very, very low percent to get this site ranked. So let's just say, for example, I think it would take maybe $6,000. I have to go in and really research it. Let's say it takes $6,000 over over 4 months, basically, to actually build out the site. Then it's going to take money to keep it ranked high. Just like treeservicefresno.com. So we build it, we rank it. I would probably take home maybe $500 from that package or from that deal. And spend the rest of it ranking until that site got to the number 1 spot. And I wouldn't make anything until I basically got you those rankings. So that's kind of where I want to go with this, is to get you to that number 1 spot, or to get my site to the number 1 spot, and we partner up on the leads. So I know you say you got to make, if you're paying out $2,000 a month, you got to make well above 20,000, but I don't foresee that being that much of a problem, considering that I'm going to try to rank you, or I am going to rank you, in the big city of San Diego and all the other little suburbs as well, or big suburbs, Oceanside, San Marcos Vista, Encinitas, Rancho Santa Fe, to where you're coming up number 1 everywhere. So that will keep you busier than probably you know what to do with. But another thing, so that's going to be on the map section, on the organic section. And again, I want to work something out to where it's profitable for you as well. And, we do, let's say, a 4-month trial or a 4-month guarantee. I'm going to guarantee you that, look, we're going to be on that number 1 spot. You're going to make your money back, and then we'll renegotiate. So let's work something out. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is, I have a guy who's a consultant to some major businesses, and this is one of the ones that he's working with. And we are kind of working on a project together that can drastically lower, possibly, it's in a beta phase, testing phase right now, the cost of you going out and doing proposals. So right now, hopefully it's going to load up. Okay. So right now, we're trying to do this for contractors and tree service guys, and you would kind of be on the cutting edge of doing this. And so we basically have an app that we've developed for contractors that they would send you. You basically would get a ding on your phone. It's kind of like Uber. So they send you a ding on the phone. You pick up the phone, and they have their video running, and they can turn the volume off, and you can actually swipe left and right. I'll have to show you how it works. To where they can show you the broken tree or the broken branch or whatever, and you can actually give them an estimate right there without having to get on the in your truck and going to visit. So that's something that we would basically run for free if you wanted to try that out in addition to it. But yeah, back to the kind of the Google rankings. So, let's try to work something out. What's in your budget? What can you afford? What's realistic? I'm willing to take a very, very small percentage in profit for the first, the initial ranking phase because I know this is going to work and I know that I'm going to make money on it in the long run. And Joe's been with me about a year now, and he's happy and he's making money, and it works for him, as you can see through the call volume, obviously. So that's basically the gist of it. And so again, let's maybe set something up to talk even as early as tomorrow, or I'm available later on in the day today if you'd like to go grab coffee and see if we can work something out. Steve, I appreciate it so much. Let me know if you have any questions, and looking forward to hearing back from you. Thanks a lot.